Yes, yes. You have reached the 2022-2023 Miami Heat season. Welcome to the coast-to-coast sensation, sending the best of vibrations. Founded in ancient Greece, it's the Pat Not Riley podcast.
Yes, sir. And today we continue the 2022-2023 NBA season. And our Miami Heat invited the Celtics down from Boston. This is game 8. Very exciting. You know, a lot on the plate. The starting five on the court were Hero, Butler, Lowry, Martin, and Adebayo. So what did you think of this game, Pat?
So I was absolutely burdened and blessed to watch this game. When I tell you that first half was some of the most sluggish basketball I've seen in a minute, it's also the start of the season, so I respect that. But that was my first note, sluggish start. We let Boston get their shots off, and we just kept feeding them fouls. At the end of the first, we were down 8 points with 30-22 at the end of the first, moving to the second half. The biggest thing when I was watching the game, Blake Griffin is on the Boston Celtics now?
Yes. Blake Griffin is a Celtic where all careers, retire.
So I got to say this. Last season, we lost 29 games. So we were the first seed going into the postseason, and we lost 29 games in total of the season. So we're going to have to lose some games. Let's accept that we're going to have to lose some games. So Hero had a big-time quarter. And actually, Hero really held the game. He had like over 25 points for the game, some nonsense like that. Well done. And then finally, we got to see Bam put in some work and Lowry deliver. Our starting five finally all hit double digits. That was nice. And it wasn't until the second half that we tied it up. Bam put in some points. But it was really the Butler and Hero show once again. In this L to Boston, it was the Butler and Hero show.
And just speaking about Tyler Hero,
yes.
I was watching some of those highlights, and I really enjoyed seeing Hero take it to the basket with a lot more confidence. I saw a lot of the points he was converting, just like in game 1, right? He had those 2 or 3 real nice layups off the backboard, driving through a lot of contact. I saw him do that today. I did notice, even though he has put on some weight, he's still taking the easy lanes. If he has to, body up someone like a Marcus Smart, he would tend to get like folded in those situations.
Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Defensive Player of the Year.
This man said, put some respect on his name.
Marcus Smart. He's a shooter. You know it. He's a shooter. So yeah, he's going to take the easy lane. He has to preserve. And he's gonna take those low percentage shots when given the opportunity, right?
Of course, but the testament to Tyler, he has good enough handles.
Yes,
he can create those lanes for himself, and whether he goes for the layup or he settles for the floater.
We honestly haven't seen handles like this at this level. He is a 6-man, and since D-Wade, number 3. It's been really nice to see like a refreshing player.
Yeah, we do love our Tyler. Thanks for signing the contract.
So we just checked in about Tyler Hero, father of 2. I want to talk about 2 of our players, our bigs now, moving from the shooters to the bigs. Bam had a night where he finally put up double digits. Caleb Martin contributed, was in the starting 5 as well. It was a final loss. 104-111. Where did our bigs misstep?
Well, I think the whole team misstepped in terms of just like scoring in general, right? If you take a look at the box, right? We got the 2 highest scores of the game, both on the Celtics. This is actually the same as Celtics game 1. You also had Tatum and Brown coming off the highest scores of that game, so that's clearly where their offense is centered. But the Heat did disappoint in maybe not being able to slow that down as much as we could have, along with creating our first. So, Tatum and Brown, 29, 28 points. Highest scores for the Heat were Hero and Bam with 25 and 19 respectively. So just like on a scoring level, you can see where that 10-point difference came into play.
I'd be interested. Could you tell me the some of the defensive stats for Bam?
Well, I mean, if we're using blocks to tell the story, just looking at team stats, the Celtics had 11 team blocks last night. The Heat only had 3.
Wow.
So, that is just that Celtics defense, award-winning defense from last season.
We're looking at you, Al Horford. We're looking at you.
Robert Williams hasn't even played a game yet this season, so it should be getting even better, honestly. But yeah, that was just mainly the disappointment was in the scoring. Jimmy with a soft 18, and he can do more. So, but I liked what we saw. I thought the lineups in the end of the game were a little odd. They had a lineup in clutch time where they were fielding Hero, Lowry, and Gabe. So that's like a pretty small lineup, and you could really see the difference when they were on the court with the Celtics. Just not a lot our guys could do.
That ball was moving, though. I tell you, man. Watching Gabe Vincent on there with Kyle Lowry, good God, it was like Cirque du Soleil. That thing was flying.
I mean, yeah, it was a good ball game. I think we definitely held our own with them.
Saw some nice individual talent, some nice individual exploration happening. But yeah, the team is still missing some pieces. I absolutely agree.
I think we might be missing a piece, but I think, the Celtics were the Eastern Conference champions last year. And, they are, an elite Eastern team. And
the Larry Bird Eastern Conference winners.
Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP winner. It wasn't really until the end of the third that there was some separation. And then once there was that 10-point separation, we never really clawed fully back from that. But right. I liked what I saw. Lowry was hitting his threes.
Yeah,
it's nice to see. Lowry
absolutely
with the 17. So, our offense wasn't there as much as it could have been, but it was definitely spread well, right? Like Jimmy, Bam, Tyler, Lowry, and Gabe. They were all in the double digits. They were all over 15 for the game. So it was a team effort. Just unfortunately, we came up short last night.
That's right. Literally.
Yep, came literally small ball last night.
Yep.
But we get to rebound on the Raptors.
Let's go. 2 games.
The rebound on the Raptors twice coming up. So I saw Pascal had a 37-point triple double last night. So he's going to be rolling into town like I know.
For those of you who can't see because you're only listening to us, I just made a beautiful face of shock and awe. 37 points.
This was against the Nets. Wow, it's against the Nets. So the Nets have serious defensive problems. This is their second game of the season now where they've really dropped the ball defensively. But 37 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists.
Oh my goodness. Was he playing a team at the Y? Good God.
That's crazy.
Not Riley. I'm being called to fatherhood duties. We got to put a bow on it. Thank you for listening to the Pat, Not Riley podcast. I know my son and our moms is proud.
This stuff is hard. And you got to stay together if you got the guts. And you don't find the first door and run out of it.